of travelers, known as the Hive Five, have arrived at Fort Fogbreach, being escorted their final day's trek by a nervous captain who alerted them to the dangerous nature of a box they were instructed to transport to Burrow's Windbreak in Kingscrest. After speaking with General Abeg Stoneskin, the purveyor and leader of this Fort Fogbreach, the five encountered a strange shouting emanating from below the stronghold. The ladies, Mika and Penelope, began searching for Abex, and stumbling upon her underground fighting pits, ended up stumbling upon her underground fighting pits with locally captured monsters.
Oh, that's some new information. Locally captured is new.
You kind of like. I'll retroactively add that, like, you kind of guess that the monsters were of, like, the bog / like, nearby large body of water kind of style. Abex confronted Mika and Penelope, inviting them to show their strength against either something that strangles or something that... Somethings. I couldn't remember the exact word. Bites. I wrote claws, so that's good. Choosing something that bites, they encountered a black guard drake, or a smaller drake variety, that they handled pretty well. While this fight was going on, Turk and Arcus found their way down as well. The boys were also confronted by Abex and tossed into the ring as it was discovered Turk had aided with some bardic inspiration in the fight between Penelope, Mika, and the Drake. A hard fight against a mass of plant and corpse was fought, and Mika and Penelope were actually encouraged to step in as things went south. Emerging victorious, the Hive Five leveled to 6 and rested the night, waiting to see what the morning holds as they expect correspondence from Kingscrest. Abex, as she sends you on your way as the fights conclude for the evening under the light of the full moon, she says she will meet you in the tower at sunrise, letting the group lick their wounds and give the capital time to respond.
Oh, I have opinions about this, but I'm not. I know better.
In the tower?
Like the main rotunda where you first met her. As you guys head to bed in your 2 rooms provided by the guards here, I need everybody to make a perception check. And let me know the values and if you critically succeed or fail.
19.
19?
15. 1 second.
Okay.
7.
7. Okay.
I forgot where to go. 17.
17. It's as the fighting has quelled and stopped, the night becomes quiet. You guys are underground in this tavern, the 3 levels of former cells. It's pretty quiet. You can hear every once in a while someone turning over, and it kind of echoes throughout, but it is quiet. You get the sense that the bar isn't open that late because the guards are expected to not be drunk and disorderly past a certain hour. As the morning comes...
Before we go to our separate rooms, I want to talk to these 2. And I'll just...
Tell us good job.
walk up and just be like, whose idea was it?
To do what?
Whose idea was it to go out there by yourselves?
We were together.
We weren't alone.
Yes, you weren't alone. Which means I can blame both of you for the sleeping guards then?
They must have
I
fallen
didn't do
asleep
that.
on their own. I don't know.
Listen, I don't know what's gonna happen when we get to Kingscrest. I don't know if you want to keep this little party going, but the next time you decide to sneak out in the middle of the night while we're on a little journey together, maybe come get us. Let us know where you're going.
We didn't know where we were going.
And you could have died.
We didn't.
We didn't know that.
You didn't, but you could have. And then how would we have known where to look for you? You're lucky I have a good nose.
Yeah.
Point is,
Thank you.
if we're going to be a team, we should start acting like a team.
Oh, you like us. And I'm gonna hug him.
I dodge the hug and go to the
No.
Make an attack roll.
16.
16.
Plus.
What's your armor class?
Plus
something.
what?
Oh my gosh, 16 plus something.
What's the attack roll?
So
What?
just roll your strength. What's your strength?
That's a different.
Big modifier.
Help me.
Well, my AC is.
Plus 1.
17.
17.
I'm probably not in wolf mode right now,
No.
so.
Yeah, this would be so much funnier if you were. They're like, buddy, can't understand you. I'm just kidding.
I can speak while I'm in that form, but it'd be funny if I was.
Do you choose to?
What is your armor class? Oh, because you were in wolf mode when.
Yeah, I think it's 16.
Yeah. So you try to dodge, but she does snag and grapple you a little bit
Yay.
to get the hug in there. But he's not happy about it.
I didn't expect him to be.
Look, Argus, had we known that we were walking into a fight, we would have brought you guys with us. We're not complete idiots. We were just going on a walk.
No, you're not complete idiots. That's why you let two guards that we were kind of under watch for just fall asleep randomly in a town where I don't feel like we're very welcome in this fort. All I'm saying is that assess your decision making a little bit more.
I stand by my.
I expect this from her. And she's like, yeah. You're supposed to be the one.
I wasn't gonna let her go alone.
Right. Uh-huh.
She told me it was a girl errand. I thought she needed tampons.
And you believed that.
Two dragons wear fantasy tampons.
I don't
like, I don't know.
I don't know if we need to get into dragon puberty, dragonborn puberty, but
I think we do.
I don't know.
I think something's relevant.
If we do.
Just the next time you feel like you might have to make excuses, you might not be able to. Because you might be dead.
Fair enough.
Get off of me! Come on,
It's
Turk.
kind of cute though.
I was already asleep.
I like look down, he's gone. I'm like,
Well, he almost died tonight, so
It's like, I'm out.
I thought this was going to be a two dads conversation.
As Arcus trudges off to bed, a guard comes up behind you and taps you on the shoulder.
Tall guard, short guard.
How tall are you?
My height.
Okay, so he's a little taller than you.
Average Mika height.
Oh, this is
Average Mika weight.
18
Average Mika build.
11.
Miss Brakewood, the general would like a word.
Abex. General Abex.
He nods.
Here.
I'm sorry.
Tell her I'd like to meet her inside. Because we aren't allowed to leave the tavern.
He kind of like, you see like, he gets a little quizzical and you see like a drop and he's like, I'm not going to disobey her orders. Give me 2 minutes. And he about faces and sprints up, because you guys are on like the second level. He sprints up, out, like you hear the as the door closes, and you hear like a and you
The general has given you temporary, and you see like there's like a comically large like kind of on his
Just dent in the helmet.
Yeah, has given you permission temporarily to leave the inn. This way. Do you follow?
Did it sound like the general on the other side of the door?
It's make a perception check.
12.
You don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is an
I mean,
official
he's-
guard. He seems pretty nervous and also got bonked. Pretty visibly bonked.
Come on, Pen. I'm still there.
Just Miss Brightwood.
Okay.
Are you thinking back to the conversation you just had with our
Character development, man!
Yeah, we'll have Arcus pop
So-
up.
really
You say the thing he said a minute ago.
Anyway,
This reminds me of.
There's just like there's just on one shoulder, it's just Arcus in a white robe, full wolf mode, just going like. On the other shoulder, it's just your knife with like cartoon like stick figure arms and legs, just going.
Oh, we haven't. This is still the same night, right?
yes,
It's
you have not
morning.
had your long rest.
I don't remember what I had because I asked you the last time, do we get a long rest? And you said yes. So
You're fine.
I don't.
You're not gonna.
You're good.
I wasn't gonna fight her, but I was gonna do something else. So
I wasn't
it's
gonna
fine.
fight her, but I was gonna do something else. That doesn't make me nervous.
Just in case.
So, what do you do?
All right. I guess I will. He went downstairs or upstairs?
Upstairs.
Oh, we are downstairs.
You guys are downstairs,
I forgot.
yeah.
Okay, so there's not like a window I can look out and make sure it's
Not from
actually
where you
her.
are now. Standing outside your dormitory. Miss, I'd rather not.
I was
Are
gonna
you
talk to
coming or
Arcus.
not?
I was gonna talk to Arcus,
Okay.
but he's not here.
Okay.
Hang on.
Arcus is peeing. Just waiting.
Sir, let me just let my friends know that I'm stepping outside. Please.
Okay, I'll wait here.
Knock on Arcus's door.
I'm peeing. Give me a minute.
Hey, Turk. All right. Well, I
So
tried.
before we get to that, Penelope, you were having a night's sleep. You're kind of resting. You're feeling empowered from your rest and your two successful combat encounters. As you're laying there, the shard is pulsing, and it's kind of like almost like a mother's heartbeat. It's kind of lulling you
Aw.
to sleep. As it pulses, and then you feel your own like blood responding to that as the energy, like you almost feel like you're sharing energy with this crystal, the astral shard. Turk is snoring up a storm, and just then Arcus finishes peeing and opens the door to Mika.
There's a bush.
What?
Bush
You know, dog. You know, bush peeing. You know.
Fire hydrant.
What? You knocking on the door? What's happening?
Apparently, the general wants a word with me, so just letting him know. I'm going to speak with him because I don't seem to have any other option, and I've requested to bring somebody with me and have been told no.
Where?
Outside the door.
You see to her right is a guard with a small fresh dent in his helmet going, just outside the tavern. The general would really like a word.
I did try and get her to come inside the tavern to meet instead. Didn't work either.
Just do what she says. I'll keep an ear out.
Yes, sir.
And I'll wait for them to go up the stairs, and then I essentially want to go behind them
Okay.
and get to where I'm on the same floor so I can
Yeah.
hear.
And you kind of watch as they exit through the door, the like, as the door closes behind them, and you're listening, and just then you hear, and look behind you, and sticking out of the door is about 6 inches of that slightly glowing halberd that you saw her using. Make a dexterity saving throw. 16. As you open the door, like the guard went first, and you see that he is like running away, and you turn just in time to watch the halberd fly past your face and impale itself in the door before dissipating and reappearing ahead of you. Standing there, stretching with the halberd, is Apex. And she looks at you and she says, "You have a lot to learn." And she comes right at you. For expediency, over the next like 20 minutes, you hear not serious fighting, but sparring as you train in your fighter level.
Cool.
Gotta add in there. You don't just get to do it.
I like that.
Yeah. So, thank you. So you're kind of like, you're training with a soldier. You've been trained as a ranger. This is different fighting. She is coming at you with a live, like, weapon that she can throw and swing, and it'll sometimes she'll be coming at you, and then it'll disappear, and then she'll come at you from another angle, it'll reappear, and you're learning to duck and weave, and being trained as a fighter as well as now you're on top of your ranger training. Now you're learning to fight properly, in her words.
Is there any that like the bar itself is like closed down, right?
It is empty.
Is there a keg on the back, like a barrel keg?
You see on the wall that the kegs are like there, but they're kind of like behind some bars that were dragged down, probably to keep the guys on night watch from coming in unsupervised.
I'm just gonna snoop around the back of the bar and like try to find a bottle of something,
Can
Okay.
I send Breezy in with you?
and I'm just gonna
And he's
sit.
gonna hang?
I would say you don't really have the like she is,
Okay.
she's not like, lesson one,
Got
she's
it.
just fighting you.
She's yelling dodge.
What?
Dodge.
And it just, and like every time you like she like puts her halberd down and you catch your breath, you like blink and she's right there above you again, bringing it down, and you have to combat roll out of the way. And you don't even have a bonus action to tell Breeze what to do. Like it is just constant for like 20 plus minutes to an hour. Just like she's not going to hit you. Like she'll stop and like flick you on the head and be like, again, like over and over and over. But she like, you get a feeling that if she wanted to,
Oh yeah.
you are bleeding out.
Yeah.
Like if she wanted to. And like even at one point, like the like grayish black dragonborn nature, as she goes to like throw her halberd at you and you get to like get ready to dodge, just a blast of cold air just hits you as you were like shoved it back and like, oh, as the like cold, you can feel like the crystals like, you're like, oh fuck, that hurt. Here comes the halberd again, just like over and over, just pressing into you.
For
And
that,
you start to catch on to it. You're starting to like make progress, but it's a start.
for that amount of time, I'll just find like a bottle somewhere, put a couple silver on the bar, and just like sit and drink and listen
I'm
until she
imagining
comes back in.
the scene. This is gonna sound so bad because I love Kung Fu Panda, but the scene from Kung Fu Panda where Poe is learning that he is motivated by food in the storeroom, and he's like punching holes into the cupboards and grabbing stuff. And you're like, oh, there's a bottle.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
There's a couple silver, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Just listening to that.
It's like, here's 3 copper for the drink and a silver for the glass I just broke.
So you eventually do come back in from your training. And you've like been listening, maybe peeked out through the little hole that the halberd left in the door, and watching as Mika gets her training. But she comes in like an hour later.
Not bad. I'm gonna go to bed now. I walk downstairs. Yeah.
On all fours. When Arcus gets on all fours, it's not concerning.
Whatever's left in the bottle he took, I will take it.
Okay. It's not much. Arcus had a night. We got swallowed by planted corpses.
I don't remember ever having this, but I also.
In any case. So now you guys get your long rest. It's the next morning.
Anyways,
As
instead of I just had it.
did you roll like a 1 and you don't get any charges back?
Because they're both here. Yeah. Anyway.
Just hear Turk scream
I
that
just added
loudly.
one that
Like,
wasn't
And you're up. It's like a rooster.
Flop!
You're up.
Here.
As the morning
Dawn breaks as the Turk crows.
there's a knocking on both of your cells, and for Mika and Penelope, it's the same guard who grabbed you the first time. It's the general's ready for you.
Open the door.
If you want to get your back to traveling, but you'll need to speak to the general first.
I open the door again. I've got all my gear on.
Fully donned, I should say.
What do you do for breakfast around here?
Well, I get rations.
Not you.
He,
What would one do for breakfast?
he asked me what I do.
It's the general you.
The general's in the tower.
There's a reason you guard the inside of the gate, I'm imagining.
Well, the outside's the fort, but in here's the inside.
You look familiar. Are you the person I just walked past last night?
He like scratches the down and goes, I don't remember.
No.
Right. Well, where can I eat?
At the top of the stairs.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ugh.
He's like, as you and Turk leave the room, he's like following behind you guys.
Sodding Lakelanders bloody can't. It's what the army's coming to and can't even think.
Are you hungover and you're just grumpy?
Yeah.
Alright, Grandpa. I'll like trot out behind them.
So you kind of like get like, they have like a little breakfast prepared for the travelers and stuff like that. And you
What
have,
happened to our cart and horse?
it's being taken care of by the.
Alright, cool.
It's being taken care of.
It's being taken care of.
I don't know where that voice came from, but.
Well, it's
Do not worry, your stuff is being taken care of.
Can't wait till that voice morphs into some random villain we meet later on.
with his eyes. Ding, boing, ding, ding.
LeBlanc.
But so you guys get a little breakfast in before the guard kind of like is like, hey, we should get going. I don't want to get hit on the head again.
That sounds like a
Done
you
next
problem.
time.
I tried.
Try harder. Or get a better helmet.
Alright, you had it easy. She didn't even really hit you. It's like dead silent except for Arcus eating an apple.
Can I punch him in the face?
Make an attack roll.
Don't.
Almost.
Make a deception roll?
Yeah, that's
See if he knows you're not gonna hit him.
15.
As you like raise and like swing out, and you weren't gonna hit him. Like you knew that you weren't gonna hit him, but he's like, oh. Well,
There you go. You're learning.
that's not very nice.
It's abusive.
And you hear like the bartender is kind of like under his breath, like, oh my god, like this poor guard, nameless guard number 4.
What's your name, kid?
It's Tony.
Tony?
Tony, yeah.
I just bite the top off.
I'm gonna minor illusion Avex's voice and say, Tony! Get them over here! I'm gonna give you 3 slaps!
Oh, we gotta get going. The general's getting awfully mad.
I didn't know she had magic.
What? No, what? We should get going.
I'm gonna message in his head in my best impression. You're such a good little soldier. You can do anything you say your mind to.
Make us. Okay, I'll say make us.
Drive this poor guy mad.
Because to use message, you talk out loud.
nice.
I know. You tell me this every time.
I know.
And yet you continue to use it the same way.
Across the table.
19.
Like, oh my god. Yeah. No, he doesn't.
He
So he's
seems
like-
pretty
he's
dumb.
He's just. Well, yeah. He has a head injury. He's like, oh, I'm gonna be in so much shit.
No, I told him nice things.
But he's also late now, he thinks.
Now I'm gonna minor illusion Avex saying, haha, just kidding, I love you. Please spend the rest of your life with me. Let's get married.
That's weird.
Carol
He's
deception.
kind of just.
Too far.
He kind of just goes, oh, are you guys messing with me?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm gonna give him.
Well, you know where the castle is. Or
I'm gonna give him
Oh,
5
sorry.
copper.
I was trying to be
Oh, and
nice.
say, this is for your next drink. Sorry, we're screwing with you.
I was trying to give him self-motivation, and Turk made it weird.
I'm gonna say, no, I truly believe that she has a thing for you. Usually people are hardest to the ones that they care the most
I look
about.
at you and I go, yeah, Turk made it weird.
She's married.
I told
and
him
then
that
he just
she-
like kind of like sulks out. He's like,
Is
you
she
guys,
married?
you
Does
guys
she have any
know."
children?
I don't know. Maybe. And he just kind of like, and like walks out. He just leaves the door open.
Sorry, Tony.
Okay.
Maybe her
So
husband.
mage hand pull
And
his
you
pants down.
hear like outside, you hear another guard go, "Hey, Tony, your boots still creak." Oh, guys, come on, we're just a little rusty.
I'm gonna minor illusion normal sounding boots.
Just like to try and cover up the sound of his current.
Yeah, for 5 steps.
You haven't heard anything, but like you just hear, it's like just a second set of normal boots where he's walking. He's like, "What?
Oh no!
Oh,
And I said,
man."
no, Breeze will go with him. It'll sound like it's Breeze.
He turns around, sees like a dragon. He's like, "Why do you sound like metal boots?" And he like scratches his head where he's like, "Ah, you're not real, huh?" Oh, and this is all out. Like you guys can't see him.
He's just gonna do the little like cat thing where he like leans up on his little leg.
Oh, this
We're
would
gonna-
be really cute if you were real.
We're gonna like.
Now I'm gonna cast fireball on Tony.
No, not so.
We're
You
gonna
guys are
like.
making.
You don't have
You guys are
Let's
making
leave
evil
this poor man
now.
alone.
We're gonna forget about Tony, and then like 3 years down the line, there's gonna be some general
Primary
that we have to go. That we have to go like get their help, and they'll be like, "I remember you guys made fun of me when I was a god." It's just like, sorry, General Tony. All right.
Execution.
He
Take
just took
them to the
I just wrote
gallows.
Tony the guard, so don't forget it. So
Tony will remember
the
that.
door is left open. Tony, my pen and Tony are gone.
That's the steamboat leaving the fort.
I promise we're heroes.
Yeah, let's head to the.
So as you
Let's
you finish your breakfast and head towards the rotunda.
That's enough torturing of NPCs for the day.
As you walk up the
Time to
steps,
torture ourselves.
2 guards open the big doors to the main rotunda, and this is now it's light out, and you can kind of it's still a little foggy, it's still a little morning, but the sun's peeking through the fog. You can kind of see the like the inside of the rotunda fully now. The last time you got here, it was like going point towards evening, and then you came in at like during the night, so you haven't really seen it in full bright. You got a peek at what was on the floor, like a mural of the two elven sisters who founded the dynasty that came before the alliance. But now, as you enter, you're ushered up the stairs into the half-circular room with the large bay windows. Was my description elsewhere?
Quick question about was it like a mosaic on the floor? What was
It's
it?
kind of like a tile mosaic, yeah.
Is there anything in that mosaic that is similar to the decoration that's on my dagger?
Make a history check.
18.
18. You kind of see that like the engraving pattern on your dagger, that it still has some blood caked into it, has a very similar pattern to like the very outside edge of the mosaic mural on the floor of the rotunda. The very outside edge, like it's like okay, yeah, it's elven. This was Elven Age. This is Elven Age. Okay, yeah. But nothing like, yes, this matches the mosaic tiles. Where was I?
You were looking for the room.
Yeah, I was. Genuinely, I think I wrote down everything about it. So, but now you're seeing it like in its full glory. As a reminder, it was the two deities, the main deities, gifting power to the original two founders of the dynasty.
Interesting that they keep it that way.
Have we seen any other elves?
Every like spattered around. You've encountered the elven twin sisters, who were the river warden
In this town?
in this fort. You've seen like a couple just guards like spattered about, like, but no one like in a position of power in this fort specifically. As you like come up the stairs of this rotunda, the huge bay windows that look over the Mistral Lock, like visibility is like 100 feet. It's just a little bit of rocks, water, fog. But she's the general is just staring out. Her halberd is kind of just like sitting across the table. On the table between you and her are 2 letters, a notebook with some scribblings in the language. Does anyone read Draconic?
Well, I speak it. I don't know.
Yeah, so you understand Draconic.
Yeah.
It's kind of just quick notes, like a practice of writing a letter that she was doing. That's along the lines of like a writ of need for garrison at blah blah blah. That like something you can't read that's like scribbled, like crossed out and scribbled out for arrival in several days. Like kind of like like she's writing to tell someone that they're going to need more soldiers somewhere. And then sitting on the end of the table is like a little tea perch with a falcon sitting on it, like a plain.
An actual bird or a
Like
figurine?
an actual bird, like sitting there, and it has like the little hood on it right now. She's kind of hanging out.
Is our box anywhere?
Not that you see. I hope you all rested well. She doesn't look towards you. She's still just facing out towards the water. I received word that you are acquaintances of Master Windbreak, but the package still worries me. You've proven yourselves capable, despite the interventions, and I've looked into your identities in my free time. Miss Brightwood, There's still no word from your father's expedition, but an owl arrived for you late last night. You hear as landing on the table next to you is your family owl. I can't remember the name of it.
He has a name, but I didn't write it down.
Whoops. The owl. Family owl. We don't.
Capital O.
Real son.
I forgot about Real Wilson.
I don't remember. We'll look back. Her tail, the general's tail, is one of the parchments towards you. She still hasn't looked, like she's still staring out, but she flicks the letter towards
See
you.
her face in the reflection in the window?
Reflections are very much like a new, window thing. You didn't get reflections in the shoddy window craft. It was too hazy or too warped to really get good reflections in olden days. Yeah, it's one of those weird things that we think of oh yes, I see my reflection in my car window. And it's back in the olden days, if you looked at a window, you could see out of it and you could see maybe the candle that's around behind your head because it's so warped and it's looking out of a window is either a hole in the wall or what can I see through the shady glass? But so not really. You can kind of see you can see the makeup of the landscape around you guys and the fog and water, but that's about it.
Cool bird.
Of the letter with your
Life.
Blythe. Yeah.
I knew he had a cool name.
So yeah, there's a letter. It has a seal on it, your family crest.
Is it? She said it was. Sorry, I was.
It
writing
hasn't.
his
She
name.
hasn't opened it.
Well, they didn't open
Yeah.
it.
You read. Mika, thank you for your letter. It is good to hear from you. It's good to hear that you're venturing off and experiencing the world. I recently received a promotion for my brave handling of an unfortunate encounter in the southern seas. As a captain, all my letters are read and thoroughly investigated, so we may have to speak of personal matters face to face. May the sun and moon alike light your path, so that we may meet once more. Signed, Captain Torrin Brightwood of the Alliance vessel that I can't remember the name of. Because it was 2.5 years ago.
That's its name now.
Yeah.
I haven't.
P.S. I should make next landfall in Perch before the next full moon.
P.P.S. There were these pirates following me.
His pirate problems get out of hand.
That is a reference to our pirate campaign that's going on. Post-shadowing, because the Pirates game takes place before this one. Yeah, that's your letter.
Cool. I can tuck it into my pack, and I'll just.
And so,
I'll pat what it says.
yep, and she kind of and lands on your opposite shoulder. So you have a dragon on one shoulder, a bird on the other, just kind of, you're like, oh. Both of them are weighing you down a little bit.
Oh, he doesn't know. It doesn't weigh much.
I mean, an owl still weighs 20 pounds.
No.
What?
No, absolutely not.
No way.
I lean over to Turk and I go, hey,
Don't look up the owl stats.
You know,
look up an actual owl.
This is D&D.
between these two and my ability to go
It doesn't
furry,
tell
we could
me.
make a traveling circus if we're low on coin. Like a petting zoo kind of
You
thing.
guys now have 4 animals with you. Between the mosque.
0.95 to 1.4
What type
pounds.
of owl is
A
this?
barn owl.
It's a barn owl?
They don't got much bones.
I thought it was like
Here,
a
let
great
me
horned
find
owl.
No. I looked up a barn owl because I couldn't remember any other kind of owl.
They're just soft.
Owls are pretty
feathers.
light.
They're just soft
I mean,
feathers.
Great snowy owl. Okay, 4.5 pounds.
Okay, so it's not that heavy, but after a couple
A
hours,
great
you'll be
horned
fine.
owl is 3.2 pounds on average.
Okay, whatever.
That's really light.
I definitely thought they were weighing.
Birds
Whatever.
weigh fucking nothing.
We've looked this up. Like some birds are heavy. Like what was it? We were looking at bald eagles, and they're like 20 pounds. I looked this up once. Cassowaries don't count. They're flightless.
Ostriches?
Also flightless.
Eagles.
What is
Bald
bald eagle?
eagle. Anyway.
They weigh up to 14 pounds.
Okay. Still, that's heavy.
That's true.
Um,
Anyhow.
Miss Chalice.
Yes.
Again, she hasn't like looked at you guys. She's still like looking out towards the fog.
Sorry, oh, sorry. Sorry, no, I interrupted. Go ahead.
Your family misses you dearly,
I miss that.
but the captain of your guard reassured them you're traveling well accompanied and have your own journey to see through.
Thank you.
You should speak to Alicia in Kingscrest and about Dr. Bouvier.
Can you spell those?
Alicia, A-L-I-C-I-A. Everyone who's lived within the within the Alliance, this is Alicia Kingscrest.
Okay.
Well, there's her full name, which I've said before. Two more pages back. Alicia Wintersbane von Kingscrest III is the head of the Alliance.
Okay.
And you've heard her name mentioned like twice in the last 2 days as well. And from someone in this position, they are only referring to the one person that basically above them.
Okay. And then she said speak to her.
Dr. Bouvier.
Speak about him?
Speak to her about Dr. Bouvier.
Okay.
Bouviere. And this is a name that you, after the fight with the ooze that was making you guys remember and forget things, you kind of like, your repressed memories of him came back. Kind of a doctor that you would see, and then they would give you medication to forget he was there. And then she says, they have some explaining to do.
Okay. Thank
She-
you for telling me.
You're welcome. She clears her throat. Arcus Fulgar Malleus.
How do you know that?
She kind of like turns just ever so slightly, and you know what? Actually, here, the four of you guys, how are you positioned? Who's where?
I assume just like in a line.
Well, yeah, but like 4 spots. Who's in the middle? Who's on the end?
In the middle,
You're
on
in
the
middle.
right.
Okay.
And they on the left.
So she like turns past, and you see she's like, whomever is standing next to her, Mika, first. You see that she looks very tired. It looks like she did not sleep. You guys don't really see her face because like, she's turning to the left, to her left, towards you guys. She says, "I have my," or I guess you wouldn't see this. Arcus, you would see this because she's turning this way. She's very tired. Looks like she did not sleep. She says, "I have my connections and a series of informants. I know many things."
I roll my eyes inside my helmet.
They're inside his helmet.
The 23, I think she notices.
If I rolled my eyes wearing a helmet in front of you right now, I doubt you'd be able to see that, but okay.
She has dark vision. I'll say like she kind of like she knows.
Yeah, which is
Feels the
fine.
Stark vibe.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like, yeah.
So do you have your full helmet down and everything? Or-
Oh yeah, I normally keep it on.
She
These
so
guys
she,
make me keep it off.
yeah.
So
She just read out your full name, or like knows your full
Yeah.
name. Your
Right.
name rings all the wrong bells. The High General of Land may not remember your name, but I do. Morinson prides himself on victory that day, but your sons of Yetal bore most of the pain. Only men who were there know you. Only my men here know who you are. And some of them were at Split River during the siege of the warband. Or the siege of warband Gazbagool.
It's a Gazbagool!
Gazbagool! Fear not. We will keep your mask's sanctity. But take care the closer you get to the capital.
I don't wear the army colors anymore. Y'all made that very clear. I am of the hunt.
You carry the sword. Maybe use something separate. And you, and she turns for the first time to you, Turk. You're somewhat of an enigma. Your name is unknown, but I can infer a couple things. Stop me when I'm wrong. You're from a coastal region, based on how you dress. Not Alliance. We know more about you. You don't look like you're from money, but your hands aren't calloused, so you aren't from Ima. You don't have pure complexion that a mostly fish diet provides, so you likely aren't from the city of Tiburon. Maybe you're nomadic or a hermit. Your prowess with music tells me you're probably part of a traveling band, but it seems you are no longer with that band. But seeing as though you are traveling with no band at all, there must have been a falling out. How'd I do?
You were in a band?
Is that surprising?
Yeah, that's
We'll talk about this later.
good job. I mean, like,
She was so
Oh!
stoic. That's what gets her.
If the windows were modern, we'd see her go.
yeah.
Well, she's turning towards you guys, and she's kind of
Yeah.
like, she kind of like punches her fist, like,
Yeah.
got him.
Very good surface level analysis. Shit, I was about to say something really pretentious. Turk wouldn't do that.
Do it. Are you sure? No.
No, I was cringe too. I know, but basically I would look at her and I would say something along the lines of, it's not surprising that you would guess all about that about me, but you still don't know anything about me.
That's true.
And you probably never will. You seem like a very self-interested person. I think your power isolates you.
Mm.
Can we get going now or not?
And she kind of like looks you up and down. Make an intimidation check.
Panicked armor noises.
Just you hear just shaking next to you. But it's less Arcus is afraid and more Arcus is about to slap the shit out of her.
If there's one thing this group needs to learn, it's when to say stuff and when not to.
What if I'm not trying to be intimidating? What if I'm just trying to be like, speak truthfully? Like I'm not real good at
You're not
intimidation.
trying to be intimidating,
Yeah, it's
you're
not-
just like
I'm not trying to be intimidating.
okay.
Just making a statement.
Just making it okay. She's kind
I'm
of
miffed.
just
I'm
like
miffed by her.
she kind of nods and she says, I might not know more about you, but I'm quite happy where I am. I served my time. I fought countless battles, killed countless men and women. I fought for this country. I killed for this country. And she kind of like, points and the glaive just, or the halberd kind of like curves on the table and points at you and she says, do not think I won't do it again. She winks, turns back towards the bay windows. We'll send you on your way to Kingscrest with the box. And we'll dispatch a dispatch of soldiers will meet you at Yatal's Giratory. The rest of the way to the rest of the way to the castle in Kingscrest.
Does that?
You might have written it down before. Yatal, who is god of war, Y-E-T-A-L, Giratory, G-Y-R-A-T-O-R-Y. It's aimed for a structure, a circular structure, where people enter on one side and exit on the other. Kind of like a roundabout. It's a building.
Like,
This is a real thing.
Like it's just a hallway.
No,
But it's
like
round.
curved, yeah. Like people will go in around.
As soon as you said like that, I was imagining.
We'll
like
Google it off
I'll
camera.
Google it. No, but I want you to know that I was imagining what those round buildings that turn trains to go to different tracks.
Yeah.
That's what I was imagining. I was like, how does this work?
So she kind of like has finished what she has to say.
Sorry, they will meet us there, or
They will meet you at
they're
the
escorting
giratory
us there.
and escort you the rest of the way.
Okay, thank you.
Because it's still like another like week's journey to like Kingscrest. Like she's like, I can't spare soldiers to walk you all the way there. Like you've proven yourselves to carry this box, though I still don't trust the box itself. Someone will guard you in the last day's journey to Kingscrest.
So
The
okay.
giratory is only about a day away from Kingscrest. It's like the final check before people get there.
And we would know that.
The three of you have probably been through it. You have no idea.
What worries you about this box?
What worries me, and like the tail clicks a little bit, kind of like the curiosity. And she says, "Wow, a high-level mage can't comprehend it, and that terrifies me."
Maybe it's a good thing.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I have her by for Garose is a strange man with deep pockets and nigh infinite curiosity. This could either be something good or something terrible. Keep your wits about you.
We've spent some time with Garose.
So I've heard.
I'd be curious to see what more he's capable of. I hope it would be good.
The more you talk about this guy, the less I am excited
Yeah.
to meet him.
If you thought we were weird,
Oh, and
Buckle
I
up.
do. Says the
he
werewolf.
didn't even fit in with us.
I would ask Abex, what do you think Garros would think of you paying so much attention to his business? Do you think he would speak as highly or even neutrally about you?
We live in a state that is policed solely by the military. Garose, though he is above me in standing, is not above the law. Transport of items of this magical quality is unprecedented and dangerous. I think he knows that.
Well, he didn't ask us to transport it. He left it somewhere.
That is fair, but he would still have to declare it as he transported. No one is above the law.
Did he not?
I'm not sure where he got it from, but it has not passed through here before.
Does he seem like a man who would take frequent fascination with items of this sort? Or much less handle items of this sort in this manner?
He has always surrounded himself with oddities. A history buff and a collector. But he is annoying, to say the least.
Did we see him with anything interesting or odd when we were working with him?
When you worked with him, the thing that caught your eye the most was his sword.
I thought so.
The sword essentially gave, when he made an attack, allowed him to grant others the ability to attack. like a commander's sword, but magically not commanding, but magically providing opportunity for others to strike or guard or dash. Essentially, like, was giving others opportunities in combat that they wouldn't usually have. But nothing else about
We
it.
only fought the one fight with him, right?
You fought one,
The cows?
2, 3 fights with him. The cows, the 4. The cows, the scarecrows, the wolves, and the chimera.
He fought the chimera.
He did.
with us? And ghouls. When did we fight?
You fought the ghouls before you encountered Garros.
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh no, sorry, not after you were not before you were traveling with him. You met him in the vine field or in the grape vine fields
Yeah.
at the winery.
When did was he on the road with us?
You traveled from Split River to Mistral as his bodyguards, as he did not trust his guards who fled during the fight with the zombie bulls.
I did not write that down
I don't know.
at all.
It was like
Sorry.
3 sessions of time too.
I still want to know. I didn't even know what we were doing.
Sorry.
Yeah, just remember when I was like,
I feel like that's both. That's like a Penelope thing too. Just like, I don't know what
I
happened
don't know
last
what's
week.
happening.
Where are we?
You guys didn't drop
that
any
other
other
personality. That was supposed to be my
But
personality.
I was
What?
like, I roll what dice and why?
What box?
I mean, I still say
Yeah,
that.
I think that was. I took such poor notes in those first couple sessions.
I canonize my lack of notes as a character trait.
I will. One of these days, I will play a smart character.
But it is not
It is
this
not
day.
It is not the first 3 characters that I've played.
Arcus is pretty smart, actually, because int is a thing I need for.
Penelope is book smart.
She is.
Mika's
So-
not smart. She's not like super intelligent, but she's not
What's your int mod?
+2.
Yeah, same. We're about the same.
We're all very street smart.
So, do you
No, I'm not.
do you have any more questions for Avex, or do you want to get on the road?
Does she?
You said I hold the sword. I hold no sword. What do you mean by that? Speak plainly.
You're scattered.
Right.
So you're like, I don't do that.
Well, it's a scabbard, not a sword. So
There's a sword in it, isn't there?
it's a new sword.
It's holding the sword. That's what she said.
Shut up. You're supposed to be on my side.
I'm on the side of whoever's right. Usually it's you. However, she is like the biggest smile she has. Like unsettling
Not.
herself.
It's just a helmet making a rumbling noise.
you see like a couple extra tufts of hair go. So,
Like, I know you're right.
Does-
I'm
So
happy about it.
in the last session during the fight in the fighting ring,
yeah.
you had mentioned that Avex seemed like she was drunk. Does she show any signs of?
Did I say
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Like at least 3 separate times.
Yeah, I also remember this.
I haven't
I
written down.
Yeah, she seemed like sloshed
Yeah.
that entire time.
Forgive me.
Avex won her fight. She's been
Oh,
drinking.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a note that says it looks like she's fighting sloppily.
Yeah. Does
And still kicking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does she show any sign of? Did she show any of that when we were training the night prior? And does she seem to be feeling the effects this morning?
It looks like she hasn't slept, so that also could be feeding into the is she like hungover kind of like thing.
She's still wearing the same clothes.
She is still wearing her armor.
Oh, it's armor. Okay.
Yeah. Like full general like decorated Yeah. When she was fighting you, it looked like she was like, her motions were very deliberate.
Mhm.
Still, like, the decision was very impromptu, so maybe her decision making wasn't the best, but she was still very deliberate, like even more deliberate with her strikes than you had seen in the fight. So coming down from the drunkenness, it had been like an hour or two since then. I'll give you like 10 seconds before we prepare your cart. This is after saying that, anyways.
General, unrelated to the box and its strangeness. We've experienced some other strangeness on our travels from where we began and now where we are. One of the reasons we agreed to this particular transport was the opportunity to pass by the forest. Because we have been on the trail of an organization called the Rotting Fist. Do you know anything about them?
She kind of straightens a little bit and she goes, "We have been scouting an individual associated with this Rotting Fist."
Might his name be Skolnix?
It is. He has appeared and dropped off our radars more times than I can count. He's traveling through areas my men are not equipped to travel through. They are not skilled enough to traverse the jungle unaided or off trail. His skill and prowess, it cannot go uncomplimented, but we are looking for this individual. If you have
I amend my statement to say jungle, not forest.
Yeah.
I meant jungle.
I mean, a jungle is a forest. It's
Yeah.
just more densely packed with
Specifically.
different flora and fauna. And we'll rewrite that. It's all jungle. The Rotting Fist is ancient history. 2,000 years ago, they were banished from the Elven dynasty for practicing necromancy. But everyone thought them long destroyed. Not necessarily. I believe you spoke to someone who read out a book.
That's true.
That would be the Vina. Or Vera, I think was her name, was Bertrand's assistant. And told you to go to Kingscrest and find her mentor at the library for more information. Mm-hmm.
Searching through that.
But she kind of, it kind of sounds like she's about where you guys are. They're looking for this guy. He's the only person they currently know that's associated with the Rotting Fist.
When was the last time you saw him? Or anyone saw him?
I have not seen him, but the last time my guards spotted him was 4 days ago.
That was me. Sorry. That was.
You're good.
That's fairly recent.
It was. Which is why we are on a little bit of a high alert. Tracking everyone who comes in and out. Be they merchants, tinkerers, families, dignitaries, or
Random groups with a magic box.
bingo.
Mm.
You're good. There's a lot of notes, I apologize. A lot of things.
This
to
is
go over.
old notes too.
Mm-hmm. you have questions you want to ask, sure, continues to look.
You had an impressive menagerie down there.
Yes, indeed.
Shame that some of your guards had to die facing him, though.
Every once in a while, we have a casualty. My guards who fight, who choose to fight, who know the risks. The ones who step in are brave. The ones who leave are strong.
Well, that's a philosophy that sounds familiar. Perhaps, if you were to reach out, your menagerie and training methods could be both improved and shared.
This menagerie, as you call it, these creatures I've obtained are not public knowledge, and I prefer it be kept that way. My men stay sharp because they don't train, they fight. My men don't drill in the courtyard. My men don't study. My men fight or they die.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. All I'm saying is, maybe it can be improved if you involve the hunt. Or, hell, maybe my betters will start recruiting from here.
The hunt has always been a last resort hire, or a we can't be bothered. We appreciate the work that they do, however, we can't afford to lose that many soldiers. The ones we do lose, we would have lost in the field anyway.
Arcus is essentially saying, hey, you can get weirder beasts and help, the area. If you
I don't know if I was following.
Yeah. If you want to link up and because it sounds like you're like your like her thought process and how the hunt trains is very similar.
Yeah.
So like his point is like, listen, I'm not trying to get you in trouble here, but like maybe there could be an exchange of ideas there. And if you want to, reach out. If not, it's no fur off my back.
Rescinding, reworking. She kind of reiterates that they fight monsters that are local, so that they are trained to fight the local monsters. Training against things that aren't local is good, but they're not going to fight those things again.
Well,
it's kind of she appreciates the offer, but also the less people that know, the better.
I hate to point this out to you, but there's a lot of weird that's stretching a lot out of their boundaries lately. Something to keep in mind.
There are. I will consider it. This tradition has been going on through my entire stint here. The last 21 years have been eventful. Every full moon, the monsters that we didn't kill, we fight. We clear the extra cells, and we become better for it.
Yep, sounds about right.
It works. It provides good morale for the men who aren't willing to risk their lives to show them that others are inspiring.
Listen, I was going to give you crap, but as soon as you told me that they're volunteers, well, I know a thing or two about volunteers going towards certain doom.
Yes, you do.
He's not there, is he?
I'm not sure where Fent is at the moment.
I really don't want to have a conversation with that guy.
Then I would avoid confronting the military. The higher you go up, there's not many positions above me.
I gesture towards Penelope in particular, just like, do you see my problem?
Why do I have a problem?
You aren't the problem.
You're a princess!
The people around you is the problem.
With your armor, you won't get recognized. But the sword and how you fight, you might. Consider that as you approach the capital. Consider that that's his hometown. It's not where his office is anymore, but it's where he's from. And consider that it is almost Revolution Day. 2 weeks marks the 221st Revolution Day.
If you think I'm trying to take revenge here, I'm not. I'm just trying to live my life.
I know. Just know that the celebration in the capital
Will attract, I
will
know.
attract high brass.
You guys better used to seeing this better get used to seeing this bucket on my head for a while.
I don't even know what you look like.
You do. He's handsome. You've seen it.
Glorious mustache.
Mustache.
Well, Mr.
He is handsome.
Before we leave, I'm gonna try to hug her.
Before you do that, can I ask you one more question?
Before you
And
get
then
kicked
we'll
out.
get to your hug with your dragon.
Before the traditional Penelope tries to hug something.
Someone. Don't make it weird.
No, that's your job.
General, when did Garose pass through here last?
He last passed through about, well, I'm doing math in my head, about a week and a half ago. I think he was lying in Mistral for a day or two and then passed through on his way back to the capital. This aligns with your journey, having been 6 days to here, spending 3 days on your journey to and from the islands and the mine. Kind of aligns with when he left. Good.
I don't think it mattered that much. I'm sorry.
It's impossible to read on the camera, but it's really fine.
Hey! There's been a bounty out for Skolix that we saw at the barracks in my father's study. No, when we were visiting my father's study. It's 100 gold just for a confirmed sighting of Skolix.
100 gold.
Just for a sighting.
This is the first Arcus is hearing about the gold attached to it. He's like, really? Tell me more.
say?
Have any of your men collected on this?
My men are not permitted to collect bounty. My men are paid well. My men's job is to collect that evidence that I ask them for, to provide the heads that we ask of them. They get paid no matter what. Bounties are incentive for those not employed by the military to do their part, to help us help them.
so fun.
That was not Turk laughing.
I know.
Just
No, that was Travis laughing at intrusive thought. I just.
What if I just fireball?
Fireball!
Do you guys have any more questions, or do you want to go for the hug? Are you gonna ask, or are you gonna try?
I'm gonna try. Like, I'm gonna be like speedy, but not like so fast that it looks scary.
So there's a table in between you guys. It's about 5 feet wide, or 5 to 10 feet wide.
To go over?
You go over the table or around?
Through it.
I'm gonna go around the table.
Okay.
Can I make an insight check to see if I know what she's trying to do?
On Penelope?
I feel
Yes,
like you would
sure.
know.
I also feel like I
do
would
this
know.
to every dragon. that
I
looks
know, but I want to make sure that it's fair.
If you get a critical fail, you're gonna think she's going over the table.
10?
10? You have a fair idea of what she might do, but you've seen her go straight for people. She hugged you last night. She's now walking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna very quickly be like, she's probably trying to hug you, don't stab her.
You're gonna say that?
Yes,
So slowly
she-
walk.
yes, I'm going to say that to the possibly hostile military general who has threatened many of us multiple times in the past 24
She
hours.
likes
She would
you,
hurt
though.
him.
Not if she likes her job, she won't, but I don't know that.
What are you rolling for?
Self-control.
Second hug.
There you go. So,
Did roll a natural 20.
but you didn't ask, so nothing happens. Like, you gotta tell me that
No,
you're-
no, no. She's
No, for my own actions.
yeah, figuring out
We're
if
good.
figuring
Okay.
out if she needs to ask you something.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm very familiar with the self-control check. I understand.
Okay. So
It's like,
as you
would I be dumb enough to do this? Nope, not gonna bother the DM with it.
Precisely.
As you get closer, she's watching you out of the corner of your eye, or her eye, and you say
She's
that
probably gonna try to hug you. Please don't stab her.
she kind of like holds her head and just lets you hug her.
Yes.
She doesn't hug you back. She
That
just
was
lets you-
expected.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Very nice.
Princess, are we finished?
Yes, I'm gonna do a light cantrip and say, "Here, this is for you."
What are you handing her? You have to cast
So
light
all
on
of
it. You have to cast
Just
it
use
on
pens
an
on her
object.
table. I'm gonna take a pen
Like a
from
quill, yeah.
Yeah.
And she takes it and it's kind of just like, thank you. She like pockets the glowing
That's all.
like light.
I'm ready to go now, guys.
Your cart is prepared. Your horse is fed. Your belongings have been gathered. I believe it's time you head out.
Oh yeah.
Before you leave, as you have something?
I do, but it's after they all walk out.
Oh, we all want to do something.
Because we have
I
been.
guess I'm in the hallway by myself.
So also, you guys are.
You and I will head out.
I'm the least.
Okay, go ahead.
These two can do their thing.
Okay, mine's the least consequential. I'm just gonna turn around and look at Avex and say, for what it's worth, if you want, you can know more about me. You just have to ask. The next time we come around, instead of throwing us in a fight to the death, come have a drink.
I might take you up on that, little man. Smack.
I'm gonna like pretend to usher him out of the room.
Okay.
And hopefully he steps quickly enough out of earshot.
Who? Turk?
Turk.
Okay.
I'm assuming the others are continuing to walk.
Oh, I'll still hear you.
I know.
Continue.
General, what do you know about the bringer of arrows?
The bringer of arrows. Never heard of it.
It's too bad.
Perception check. 13.
your general.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you guys are walking out.
Right.
And
was she going to stop me or something, or?
I'll retcon it because you're walking out. As you guys are walking out, she'll walk out with you to. They open the doors for all four of you. Your cart is there. Kitten, the horse, is there.
I forgot about
Spin the horse and the horse, the moss kitten.
Oh, God.
And Blythe the barn owl.
No,
Or-
he's a snowy owl.
He's a snowy
I
owl.
just forgot about every
And-
type of owl.
And Breeze the dragon. She kind of like grabs you by the armor, and you're not unused to this.
Yeah.
It's like the strength that she pulls you back.
Yeah, it's just like.
Looks you dead in the eyes, and hands you a key. And she says, "That's the only one. Don't lose it." August the Iron Hammers.
What's it for? Is it for the box?
She turns around, goes back inside. The door's shut.
I have no idea what this is for. Does Arcus know what this is for? Because Ian doesn't.
As you turn back and are just like dumbfounded by this key, and you get back to the cart, in the back, chained down, is the box. Like you can barely see there's a box underneath the amount of chains that's tying it to your cart.
Right.
And there is one glowing lock.
Yeah, that checks out. I'm gonna take, I'll take like just a length of lace from like a gauntlet or something, you know, something that's strapping something down. Fashion a necklace, rope it through the key, put it on, and tuck it in my armor.
All of you three make a perception check.
I wouldn't hide it from them necessarily if that's when you're checking. But
But I mean, I was gonna say, are you doing this?
14.
Are you hiding it or not?
no.
So
not from
you
them.
kind of catch that he's putting it around, but they see that it's locked and that you have a key. But these two don't know where it is, but you do.
Yeah.
The cart is prepared. A detail of guards will escort you for a little ways outside of the fort.
Is Tony with us?
You do not see Tony. You get the idea that Tony had the night shift, and his last duty was to make sure you were delivered.
Tony on the night shift.
Spin off.
Hey guys. Oh man.
Tony's gonna be my backup character.
I was gonna say,
It's Arcus, guys.
Tony goes off the rail, goes fucking postal.
Hey you guys!
Hey guys.
I got kicked off the job and wondering if you had an opening.
Tony's
Yeah, Argus left us because we harassed him too much. You want in?
No. Not really, but I have nowhere else to go.
Oh.
So as you guys, your cart like lurches forward and a detail of guards. It's about 10 guards of any of you. There's no captain this time. As you're escorted, they follow you about 30 feet or 30 minutes outside.
It's like, that's not very far.
It is, visibility is like at 150 feet with the fog. It is foggy. You can kind of see the sun peeking through every once in a while, but it is pretty foggy. You get the idea. The guards here know that. They're ready for, like, they're on guard no matter what.
I almost asked if this was regular weather. And I remembered it's literally named Fogbreach.
Yeah, Fogbreach on the lake.
Yep.
I'd like to have a conversation with whoever the head guard is.
Who is heading the cart?
How old are the horses?
Okay, make an animal handling check.
Nice.
21.
21.
Yeah.
Steady trot. The horse is listening to them.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask just like jot down in my journal, just be like, hey, so what kind of things are you facing on patrol here? Is that, are the black drakes common? Are the corpse stranglers we ran into vampire mist? Is that a thing that you've seen a lot of? Like,
I haven't seen that, but there's a lot of stuff out there.
there's the drakes and the vines and the carnivorous plants and the hags every once in a while.
You guys get hags down there?
Abex takes care of those shit.
Yeah, you poor bastards. I wouldn't.
I don't want to get turned inside out like Tony's brother.
Poor Tony!
He got better, but it wasn't pretty.
Perception check to see if he's lying about that. He just knew we were fucking with him.
Yeah, make an insight check.
Just to fuck with us now.
What do you mean he got better?
15.
15.
Fucking
He
hell.
appears to be telling the truth. But yeah, he got better. The mage knows some healing magics. It got him to him pretty fast.
Was that close to town?
Not really. It's about half a day out. Towards and he points this way, and you just see fog. Towards the jungles that way.
Yeah, hags.
But then there's the birds, the ones that eat flesh. Then there's the griffins and the unicorns aren't very nice either. And
Well, you can't harass them.
that's what I said.
And if you leave the griffins' nests alone, they'll leave you alone.
Yeah, that's what we thought. But then there's the bullets. We got some of those came through. There's all sorts of shit out here.
You know that there's oozes, right?
I did not. I will keep an ooze lookout.
Yeah. Watch out for oozes.
Maybe. What kind of oozes?
I think it was gray, black.
What
Hey,
is-
Mika!
The memory sword.
Oh my god, did I forget about it?
Probably.
You know, that's
Oh
actually
my,
entirely
you're just
possible.
giving another guard like a existential
She
crisis.
said something about flesh-eating birds.
Yeah,
You mean like this one?
No. that's-
no. They're like 4 times as big. They have beaks sharper than my sword. My sword. Just,
Do you think I could get a baby griffin as a pet?
I wouldn't recommend it. They're still pretty big.
Well, that's okay. I'm
Maybe
pretty
we'll already got a
big.
little dragon.
I see that.
I'm pretty big.
You are. And you're like on the cart too. And it's like, yeah.
I quickly look at Turk and look at the guard and be like, what's he gonna say?
But there's a lot of mean things out here. It's been getting worse too.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man? It's so dangerous.
Making money for my family. They live in Kingscrest, but I send half my salary back. There's not much to spend at the fort, so I send some more money that way.
I mean, the rents there are ridiculous. Inflation's out of control.
We actually own a family home. It's been for generations, but the upkeep is getting crazy too. Builders and repairmen don't even want to come out if you're not offering 10 silver at least.
Incredible.
And then don't get me started on the Homestead Owners Associations.
That's right. That's terrible. You need to. I think you should cut your losses. You probably get a big profit selling that property. Move to the beach. Live in a cove. It's free.
Beach.
No HOA, and you can surf every day. The kids will love it.
I've never been to the beach.
You lived in a cove?
Hit Tiburon. Head west. Crimson Cliffs. I'd say you make. I think you should make a new name. I think you should make a new name for yourself. Plenty of nice
a big
locals.
journey. I've got 6 kids. I gotta transport. That's a rough journey for kids.
I still
Have them go
think
get
about
some food. We share food on the beach.
I'll
They'll have
talk-
fun all day. They'll get big and strong. Learn life lessons from the vagrants.
I'll
They're
talk to
coming in and
my
out.
wife about it when I'm on leave next, but it's not a bad idea. But that's a long way to go.
I mean,
Well, if it's getting worse out here, you might
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
Well, if it's getting worse here, it's probably getting worse everywhere. And I've
Depends
seen
on where it's
some
coming
reports coming from Tiburon and from Imaim and from Desert's End that it's getting bad everywhere. The monsters just keep coming, and we can only kill so many of them.
hey, nothing heals like the sea. If a shrimp like me can make it out there, damn near on my own,
What's a
I
shrimp?
think you guys will do well. Metaphorically.
A little guy. Okay, alright.
They're
He turns to like you two.
Do I actually know
Is
what a
that-
shrimp is? Wait a
is-
minute.
That's a good question.
It's
I
good.
don't know if you've been to the ocean.
Then
He turns to you like, is shrimp a slur for short?
That's crazy.
I think so.
Oh,
It's
I
used
won't
sometimes
say
to not be a nice thing, but it also does refer to a small aquatic creature.
You can say it, brother.
What's up, my shrimp?
Oh God! Good Lord! I went.
Episode title right there.
You can say it, brother. I would like to make a history check and
So you've never seen a shrimp?
no, not about shrimp, but I essentially want to share with him like of all the things that he named. I just want to make a general history check and just be like, oh, when you're dealing with griffins, do this. If you know, like, so if I know any information,
Go ahead.
share it with the
I
guard.
think you have advantage on.
Only with Fae, Fiend, and Undead,
Oh.
so it's your call. I mean, there are a couple undead things out there.
I would say like we'll call it just add an extra +2.
Okay, cool. That's fine with me. Well, this might be okay. No, it won't be. 9.
9.
There's like one thing.
Yeah, you're kind of like, oh, man, like I've heard of fighting some of these things, but like when you're fighting a griffin, try not to look like meat.
Yeah. Give him some stupid, unhelpful advice.
Do what they say.
Now, if you ask me about the corpse mines, that I can tell you about. That's pretty recent.
I saw that, and he kind of looks around. I saw that fight. You almost died. You turned into a wolf. Looks at all you guys are weird.
We know.
Look, brother.
Well, I think we better be heading back.
No
Thank
worries,
you.
brother. Just take a hit of this. Nice stroll back to the base. Think about it.
This
Give your kids a father to
walking
come
for like 30 minutes.
What are you handing him?
My goods.
My goods.
Your
Yeah.
goods?
He like it's
The puff bar.
yeah. He like hits it.
Do you have a fantasy
Oh
Yes.
goodness me! Whoa!
Sunset every night.
Oh,
Does set every night. That's kind of how nighttime works, Turk.
And you see another soldier like kind of like put his arm underneath him. Come on, Rory, we gotta get moving. And they start trudging on back. It's like, oh my god, my consciousness is expanding.
They all sound like Neville Longbottom.
Good.
Huh?
They all sound like Neville Longbottom.
Well, they're all from like the same
slower?
And remember, you get fired. One door closes, another door opens.
Apex loves us. Just tell her we know it.
Oh goodness.
You really do not have an idea of social situations, do you?
So, as you continue, the open road lies before you, still partially obscured by the fog. It's humid, but not the ground isn't like muddy. It's a little wet. You see a little bit of your tracks being left behind. And to your left, a river begins to flow as you leave Mistral Lock behind. You're about 40 feet from the shore, and as you continue the road, you start to slightly get a little higher in the river as it begins to go down. But you're kind of maintaining the same level on plains here. 1 second.
Yeah.
It's a much wider and slower river than the Vindel River that you originally trekked upon with Garros and Arno and Fiametta. That river was a little slower, a little faster, a little smaller, still traversable, with a powerful enough boat up the river. Like on the river, like you could go up or down. This one is a bit more Mississippi level.
It looks so painful.
It's really not.
I genuinely thought you had lost your eyeball. What the fuck happened? But you can't really see the other side. It's like the fog is still there. Every once in a while you'll see like a canopy of a tree hanging down, or like just an outcropping of rocks that kind of sticks in as the river flows and bends. You're making the cart at the front. There's another seat next to you. Who's in that?
I think you were, right?
Usually it's Pat.
I was gonna say I picked the nap, but I'll be there.
As you guys
Yeah,
kind of like
that's
curve away from the river a little bit, and you guys are kind of looking out at the back. Turk, can you make a perception check?
Oh no.
11. You are kind of, as you're moving away from the river a little bit, you kind of see on the other side, oh, look, a tree. No, it's not above the trees. Man, that's tall. And it kind of like looks in your direction. And then pulls back into the fog.
Something was like across the river, standing above the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
What was the shape of the figure?
Like a beast. Like kind of like a normal, like a beast kind of style. Make a nature check.
There's something in the mist.
18. Like deer or moose or elk-like.
So a deer that stood above the trees and receded into the fog.
Yeah.
Okay. How far across did you say?
It's like 200 to 300 feet across.
Mothman.
And we're starting to turn away from that.
Like the road continues away as the river starts to go down and the road continues above. It's starting to go away from. You can kind of see like you're going around this like big craggy cliffs that are starting to form as the river cuts through.
Okay, so going away from those trees.
Mhm.
Trees of that type.
You're going away from where you
Okay.
saw this thing.
Okay. I would.
What are you writing notes for? You didn't see nothing.
I wrote Turk saw.
I am going to say. Wow, sure glad we're not going back
she's
towards
the
those
group
woods.
I'm the collective note
I know, I'm
taker.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
I would probably say, wow, good thing we're not going towards that forest. If we ran into a deer like that, Pen would try to like mount it. Huh?
What are you talking
A deer
about?
like what?
I saw it in the fog.
Saw
A big deer
what?
thing. It was bigger than the trees, and then it went back into the fog.
History check to see if I've heard of anything like that?
First, I'll
I
make
see
a
it.
perception check.
Okay.
You can make a perception check as well.
10.
10. Go ahead with your smell as well.
Oh, well, with
You know
that,
what deer smell like.
18.
18.
What do I
You
do
can
then?
kind of like. Hold on one second.
Sorry.
You can kind of see, or like kind of smell like. Yeah, there might have been like elk or deer or moose in the area. Like you kind of get that like wet fur, the kind of
Yeah.
like, the scent that they mark things as well.
That-
And you're just like but fucking over the trees. There's no. You're like, I don't think there's any trees. Maybe Turk hit his own thing too hard.
Yeah. Like, yeah. All right, buddy. Big elk. Big deer. Okay.
Did I see him looking at my puff bar?
Yeah.
14.
You know what? I'm not trying to hide it, so
But
yeah.
Brother, how long do you think I've been on this shit? A day? I know how to control my high. I know what I saw.
Okay. Well, all I'm saying is I smell some deer, and they don't live in trees.
I wasn't living in the tree. It was bigger than the trees.
Yeah.
You believe me, right, Mika?
With a 20, did I see it also?
As you like turn, because the cart is facing this way, and you saw it out the back, and
Okay.
you're going this way.
Sure.
So you kind of like, as he mentions this, you turn around, nothing there.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. History to see if I know any large deer-headed beasts.
Pen, you read a lot of books. Don't you know what this thing? Don't you
I
ever heard
believe
something
you,
like that?
buddy.
21.
It sounds really cute. I'd
Have
like
I
to meet
heard
it.
anything like that?
That's what I'm saying.
Roll a history check or nature, your choice.
I got a 21, so good luck.
You guys are all like, okay, Turk, but like secretly like, holy fuck, is this real?
They're kind of just
I
like,
believe you.
I know that.
it's less the like, oh fuck, is this real, and more the like, if you're saying this, does it make me recall a story I've heard or anything with their
Yeah, no, I know it's funny. It's just
You've never heard of it.
it's a funny scene.
So it's like the kind of jokester of your group is being like, I saw a deer taller than that tree once.
Come on, guys.
Okay.
And I caught a fish this big.
Oh man.
Well, keep an eye out for big deer.
No, you won't.
I believe you, buddy. It's okay.
I'll prove you guys wrong.
I hope you
No.
don't.
Yeah. If there is a 30-foot tall deer out there, I hope we never see it.
Wait, do I know? Aren't deers nice? Are they not nice in this world? What was my history?
Make a nature check.
No, they just.
Does Turk know?
I
Has
see
he
it.
been that close to deer?
I ain't seen.
before?
I want to see it.
We just got done talking about how you lived in a cove.
Yeah, you've like seen deers. You recognize the creature on your travels.
Yeah.
I think you even encountered like a herd of them with this group.
Yeah.
It has like deer-like features, what you remember seeing, but like you've never seen anything this tall. You've never heard of any
Okay.
deer being mean. Like
You call them deer here too, by the way, in this universe.
there are deer. Yeah, there are
Okay.
like normal creatures
Okay.
as well.
It is called. It would be called deer then. Okay.
To your knowledge,
Okay.
like it was deer-like, like in that kind of family.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
It's not.
Um,
I get it.
Yeah. So
Oh.
as the road bends away, it's now about like you guys are a little bit of ways from it. It's kind of like curving farther and farther away. You can see like the river now is like way below. Like if you were to walk over to the edge, it's like cliff face. It's like 20, 30 feet down, like to the water's edge. But it's still a wide river. But your cart pulls away and the fog begins to break in front of you. And you're now heading basically southward, and you see the jungle looming before you. The road curves to the left, not going straight into the jungle, but you see the jungle before you.
At what point in this journey did we kind of... Is this the first part where we're kind of starting to see that change from like a sort of traditional, temperate rainforest kind of area to like a more jungle type or...
What you've seen, so like Mistral, the lock itself is high bog, like high altitude swamp.
Yeah, swampy, dead
And
tree
the
kinda.
the surrounding areas are like hilly. At this time of year, it's starting to snow, kind of like chaparral or like low brush, not a lot of trees.
Gotcha.
You haven't been in like a pine forest or anything like that. It's
Sure.
more like sparse vegetation, low, and then as you get closer to this jungle and on your way towards Fogbreach, it starts turning into those rolling hills like Kansas.
Gotcha.
But like this jungle sticks out as ways ahead of us we can start to see the world open up into a sparse, highly vegetated area.
Gotcha.
It's
Big
sparse or
cannon.
highly vegetated?
Not sparse, what's the word I'm looking for? Dense.
Dense, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
It's still a ways away. It's not like you come out of the fog and you're like, oh good, trees.
Right.
It's like a day's journey.
But we could
if
see
you
like
went
the
off the road.
canopies.
Yeah,
and
you
So
can-
is this where we
hills.
would, like, is there a town or any kind of settlement that's here that would be where we would potentially on our way back pause and then diverge either toward
So
Fogbreach or into the jungle?
you would know that so the jungle takes up a huge portion of this part of the land, and that travel in and out of the jungle is very hard except on, like, if you're going to the jungle, there's like one path in and out, and it's on the south side of the jungle.
Mhm.
If you go in the jungle this way, you are blazing your own path. The split off to go towards it is going to be another at least 4 days journey before you get to the split off to head in that direction, because you have to go around the jungle. If you want to go into the jungle, you can. You can't take your cart. Like there's no way you're getting that in there. There's no road. It's not flat road.
Gotcha.
There's not like a settlement or anything that's around here.
That you're aware of, no. Like there's no between here and your next destination, like your next landmark, is what's known as Elderflower Bridge. There is no settlement. It's kind of just open road for the next 3 or 4 days. Again, it's pretty sparsely populated continent. There are pockets of civilization and open road. And that kind of feeds into why there are so many monster attacks, is because it's not like a town every 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, as this jungle comes into view ahead of you, a ways away still, but visible, you see the trees and the dense foliage, the light mists of the jungle, slowly clarifying as the mists of Mistral and the Mistral Lock dissipate behind you. Now able to see the sky is a little cloudy, but no bad weather is on the horizon so you can see. And I think we'll call it there for this evening.
Cool.
Beautiful night. So peaceful, so tranquil. Little RP.
Yeah.
Like my new goal is to change every NPC's